Remember when Jillian Michaels caused an uproar by saying that only 2% of whites owned slaves during chattel slavery? And a lot of people raised amazing, brilliant points as to why this number is highly misleading. As a refresher for people that don't know, people that lived in a home of a slave owner were also enslavers, and people that worked for enslavers, like overseers and people that were hunting runaway slaves, were also enslavers. And there was the overall, of course, institution of slavery that was supported by our federal government. But in addition to that, there was this other thing. And I'm going to hold on. And that other thing is the slave rental system or hiring out system. Oftentimes, whites that did not own slaves would rent them from slave owners, thereby bypassing that whole documentation of being slave owners themselves, yet they were still enslavers. Farmers would rent out slaves. People that were artisans and blacksmiths and doctors would rent out enslaved people to conduct medical experiments on them. So this whole only 2% of whites owned slaves during slavery is false for a number of reasons. But in addition to all the other reasons people listed, another very big reason that number is false is because people were enslavers by way of renting enslaved people. And that documentation is extremely undercounted and far less accessible.